content and social media lead. And as always, I'm joined by Alfredo in our virtual studio to answer any questions, put up QR codes on the screen, and basically manage anything and everything for me while we dive into today's very big topic. So before we get there, there's one question that I have for you that I'd like for you to answer, which is, are you using personal finances / personal guarantees to fund your business? Now, don't hold back. We're all in this together here. So post your answers in chat. Are you currently using personal finances or guarantees to fund your business? Also, make sure to post below in the video as well if you're watching this after the live, so you can participate as well, because I'm very curious of knowing. If you answered yes, then one thing that I need you to know right away is you are at the right place at the right time. On Time Productions from YouTube says yes. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. On Time Productions says yes. Then you are absolutely one of these people that are at the right place at the right time, because the information we're about to cover over the next few minutes together is going to be an absolute game changer for your business. So if you're funding on personal credit or even considering funding your business with your own personal finances, this is going to be a shift in your approach by the end, and I'm confident in that. So your ability to access funding and your ability to grow your business much, much faster is now going to be a reality. It's not some pipe dream or something that is way out of reach, 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And with all that being said, I strongly encourage you to stay with me till the end, because I'm going to drop some knowledge here. On Time Productions on YouTube says, that's what I need. I'm so happy you're here then. Let's get into it. So I want to start off by saying this. If you are funding your business with your own personal finances, you're absolutely not alone. Using personal finances to fund a business is very, very, very common. It's one of the most common types. But why do so many business owners rely on personal credit and personal finances to do that, to run their business? Why do they continue to hypothetically struggle, right? Relying on cash flow to fund their growth. So here's your answer. The number one reason why business owners rely on personal finances to fund and grow their business is because they believe they don't have another choice. And this is simply just not true. So maybe you're someone who has applied for business funding and business credit and have been denied repeatedly. And again, you're absolutely not alone there either. So why are you getting denied? Well, of course, there's many reasons for why you would get denied business funding. And it's typically for, honestly, very silly, simple things that you can easily fix. Excuse me. But here's the truth. Your personal credit, in most cases, has nothing to do with why you're getting denied business funding. So while personal credit is a significant factor when it comes to applying for personal loans and credit cards, it's not a significant factor when applying for business credit and business funding and financing. And here's the problem with personal guarantees, right? Personal guarantees create a snowball effect that makes it much harder and harder for you to get money and credit you need, both personally and for your business. On Time Production says need line of credit. Like I said, you are a perfect place at the perfect time. I'm so happy you're here right now. So what even is a personal guarantee? So a personal guarantee, for those that are just tuning in, or if you're not aware of this phrase, personal guarantee is a promise, right, to pay back a debt or an obligation. Every time you apply for a personal credit card or loan, you're signing a personal guarantee. And the person giving that guarantee is pledging their own money or assets to secure that debt. And again, this is super common. So, but when it comes to business financing, that this person could be you, a business partner, an investor, a family member, a friend, or even a business entity can guarantee the debt itself. And if this is the biggest part here, right? If there's defaults, the guarantee can be held, the guarantor can be held 100% liable for that debt. So personal guarantees are not new. They're absolutely as old as as time, but I want to share a quick story with you as to why this is so important, and also what signing a personal guarantee really means for your business. This story I'm about to share with you is Ty Crandall's story, right? Ty Crandall, if you're not familiar, is Ty's the CEO and co-founder of Credit Suite. And Credit Suite partially exists today because of the unfortunate events that took place for him and his business during the 2008 mortgage crisis. So way back in 2008, Ty was actually a mortgage broker, not a business credit expert just yet. This is actually the bridge that got him there. So long story short, though, during the height of the house market crash in 2008, Ty woke up one morning, checked his bank account, only to find that everything was gone, vanished, literally overnight. And this is absolutely a true story. This absolutely did happen. I mean, just imagine, how can a bank even do that? Well, they can, and they do, and they really will. Ty's entire business at the time, equipment, commercial space, vehicles, all rested on personal guarantees. So one day business was booming. The very next day, he was closing his doors, and he had no choice. He had to let his team go immediately and file for bankruptcy. And this is when Ty got to work, right? He rebuilt his personal credit and personal finances from the ground up. And after finding success from his own journey, Ty became passionate about helping others rebuild their consumer credit, leading to his next business venture in consumer credit repair, right? And in time, this success that he found was a direct result from businesses practically flocking in with the same struggles, wanting to know how to build business credit and get business financing too. And that ultimately led to the birth of Credit Suite. So Ty's story is really a true testament to the devastating impact that personal guarantees can have on you and your business when not handled the right way at the right time. And knowing when to supply a personal guarantee is absolutely crucial to business owners. And we'll get more into that in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at some common forms of personal guarantees and what's really at stake for you in your business. Before we do, though, let me make sure that we're caught up on chat here. Uh, let's see. Merle Sweet says, I need a startup loan based on my case against the. Got it. Looks like Alfredo helped you out there. Hard to get the startup money, for sure, for sure. Let me keep going, and we'll hopefully answer those questions. Thank you, Alfredo, for dropping that link. I appreciate that. So let's take a look at some of these common forms of personal guarantees, right? So you have unsecured. So what does that mean? So this is when a guarantor pledges their personal assets to guarantee repayment for the debt without providing any specific collateral, right? So what many people do not realize is that this type of guarantee leaves all of your assets exposed. That's why it's called unsecured. Secured. This is when the guarantor pledges specific assets like real estate or investments or bank accounts as collateral for the guaranteed debt. And this limits your exposure to those specific assets pledged. You have limited. So this is when the guarantor's liability is capped at a very specific in stone dollar amount, limiting, which is, where the term limited comes from here, limiting the exposure compared to an unlimited guarantee, which opens up the door for what is an unlimited guarantee. So this is when the guarantor is fully responsible for the entire amount of the debt, regardless of limits. Their exposure is unlimited. Then you have joint and several guarantee. And this is when multiple guarantors jointly guarantee the same debt. In this case, the lender can actually pursue each guarantor individually for the full amount. And then lastly, the most popular kind of personal guarantee is payment guarantee, which is this is when a guarantor guarantees actual repayment of the debt obligation. So these forms are very common. And as an ordinary everyday consumer, they're unavoidable, right? Every time you sign up for something, that's what you're doing. But there's one thing that you need to know, which as a business owner, you have an advantage that the ordinary consumer just simply does not have. And as a business owner, in many cases, you're not required to sign a personal guarantee to access business credit and financing for your business. Let me just make sure you hear that. As a business owner, you are not required to sign a personal guarantee to access business credit and financing for your business. You heard that right. You can fund and grow your business without putting all of your personal finances on the line. But here's something you need to be very, very careful with as a business owner. Even in cases where you think you're applying for a business credit card, you may not be. In many cases, these big these big corporations that promote personal credit cards, they're honestly disguised sometimes as business credit cards or business credit lines. What may look like a business credit card is sometimes not a true source of business credit. Instead, those business credit cards are actually just personal guaranteed credit cards with your business's name on it. That means they do not report to your business credit profile. Instead, they report to your personal credit, making you personally liable for that debt. So, how do you know if what you have is a real business credit or just another credit card? Here's some ways to spot a fake from the real thing, right? So, real business credit is in your business's name and it's linked with your EIN number, not your social. Real business credit reports to the business credit bureaus, just like your personal credit reports to consumer credit reporting agencies. Business credit reports to the business credit reporting agencies. Real business credit actually builds business credit, so you can access, business loans or business credit lines, or even get more money. So if you're getting denied business financing, it's likely because you haven't established this true business credit. Real business credit protects your personal credit, protects your personal finances, and it also reduces your personal liability. Real business credit lets your business fund itself. If so, here's the thing: if you're unsure before applying, you can always just contact the vendor or the credit card company and just ask if the credit line reports to personal credit and or business credit, or just obviously you can simply just read the fine print as well. But you can call these people directly and ask very straightforward questions to find out exactly if what you have right now to fund your business is personal or true business lines of credit. So now that we've covered what personal guarantee is, here's some common forms of guarantee and how to spot fake business credit from real business credit. Uh, well, we just spoke on that. Sorry. Let's talk about the advantages of actually signing a personal credit. Yeah, you heard that right as well. Everything I just said, I get it, but in certain cases, it's actually an excellent reason to provide a personal guarantee. So here's 7 of them right here. So you have increased chances of loan approval. I know On Time Productions on YouTube, he mentioned, it's hard to get money for a startup. Absolutely. He also mentioned that he's funding his business using his personal guarantees, and this may be the case. It's literally just sometimes easier for a startup. So providing a personal guarantee can make lenders more confident in your business and more likely to approve your financing. And this gives you access to capital that you may not otherwise have access to. Now, obviously, I'm not sure On Time Productions' exact situation, but that may be it. Better loan terms with the added security of a personal guarantee. lenders may offer or even allow you to negotiate lower rates or fees or collateral requirements, and also give you more flexibility on repayment terms. Next is larger loan amounts. So, a personal guarantee provides lenders with more security, allowing them to offer higher loan amounts than the business may qualify for a loan. And this empowers your business with more growth capital. Established credit history is another one. So, personal guarantees linked to successfully repaid business loans help build both business and personal credit. And this also improves your future access to funding as well. Demonstrate commitment is another one, is the fifth one here, which is offering a personal guarantee shows lenders you are invested in the business and confident in its success. And this also provides you with a stronger credibility and could open the doors to more approvals. Number six here is retain control. So, not needing to use business assets as collateral through our personal guarantee allows you to retain more control over your property. And then number seven is build relationships. Seems simple, right? But fulfilling your obligations responsibly over time can strengthen your business relationships with banks and investors, giving you access to more money and better financing options. So overall, personal guarantees allow greater access to capital, but if anything, and as everything rather, you should always weigh the pros and cons very, very carefully. On Time Production says had to pay 17,000 just for blueprints and plans. I'm trying to open up a barbecue restaurant. Yeah, no, that I understand. That's a significant amount of money, and that's trying to open up a barbecue restaurant. Where at On Time Productions? That's Man, it's about lunchtime where I'm at. That sounds good. I'd love to come visit when you knock that off your entrepreneur list of wants and dreams, and it sounds like you're right on that path. So I'm very curious where you're located. And also, if you're just joining in, let me know as well. Drop in chat what line of business you're in, what the name of your company is, where you're located. I always love seeing that. So, let's move forward. We only have a limited time here together. So, when should you and when should you not provide a personal guarantee? So, when you should provide one, right? For startup funding, just like again, On-Time Productions. I'm not trying to pick on you here, but you did mention for startup funding. So, if you're just starting out, have little time in business, no proof of revenue, or don't wish to provide collateral, lenders will almost always require a personal guarantee of repayment. When purchasing major assets, so guaranteeing loans for large purchases like equipment or real estate, et cetera, can secure better rates and terms. But keep in mind, this isn't always necessary, right? As the assets themselves can work as collateral to back the loan. For smaller short-term loans. So personal guarantees are often standard for smaller lines of credit and credit cards. So the risk is lower with the smaller amounts, but you obviously want to weigh the risk and benefits depending on your current situation. And also be sure to calculate the return into your investment there. If you have significant personal assets, so having a substantial net worth and liquidity means you can confidently guarantee without risking personal bankruptcy. And then the last, obviously there's many that may apply to you, but here's the last one we're going to talk about of why you might want to provide a personal guarantee is to secure lower interest rates and better loan terms. So providing a personal guarantee gives you more leverage when negotiating rates and repayment terms. On Time Productions says Lafayette, Indiana. On Time Productions, I was just there last week for Thanksgiving, and I'll make sure to stop through once you get that barbecue place up and running. I mean that. I'm excited for you. So here's when not to provide a personal guarantee. So for routine operating lines of credit and smaller loans. So if you have less than perfect personal credit, many types of business financing does not require a personal guarantee or credit check. So there's just no need to increase your personal credit utilization or risk lowering your personal credit score and making it, obviously much harder for you to buy a home or purchase a vehicle or even get a credit card, right? When the business has a strong business credit profile, if the business has a solid business credit already established, your business has access to a wide range of that business credit and funding options, and also at a lower rate and better terms usually too. So many forms of business financing, even vehicle financing, will not require a personal guarantee in this case. If personal assets are limited. So avoid guarantees if they may put your personal savings or your house or even retirement accounts at serious risk. You never want to, you always want to keep those safe. When the business has strong financials. So if the business has a solid revenue, collateral, and ability to repay, your guarantee is kind of less important there. It's more proof that you can repay it. If you have limited involvement. So don't guarantee loans if you are a passive or minor investor with limited controlling interest. You would never want to be fully responsible for something you're only partially involved in. It just doesn't make sense. For excessive loan amounts. So guaranteeing extremely large loans relative to your net worth is risky, and it also may indicate excess borrowing. So that's an obvious red flag that may cause you trouble later down the line as well with lenders. When you're near retirement age, so avoid adding guarantees later in life when you realistically have less income every year to recover from those potential losses. And then lastly is if the lender seems predatory. So don't guarantee if the terms seem designed to try to unjustly capitalize on your personal assets as a backstop, right? Sadly, in finance, you may run into these types of lenders or businesses more times than you would ever expect. So always, make sure to stay alert. And honestly, that tip applies across the board for anything personal and business. On time production says went for a loan. I own several properties, still didn't get the loan. On time productions, always give us a call. Yeah, it looks like Alfredo on the back end there, he dropped the link, but Alfredo in a moment is also going to give you a call, a number to call, dropping that in chat. Give us a call, and we can see exactly where you're at and see what we can do to get you on that right path. Seriously. Hugh Green says, JR Towing, Credit Suite. What is the whole phone number? The whole Credit Suite phone number. First off, nice to see you, Hugh. Thanks for coming in. JR Towing is his company. The whole Credit Suite number is 877 600 2487. It was just dropped in chat. Thank you, Alfredo. That's for On Time Productions and Hugh. 877 600 2487. Give us a call, and we can totally free to give us a call, and we can see how we can help you guys out specifically. I say this every stream. I try not to because it's becoming a bit of a habit, but I say this part every stream because it just makes sense. And now it's becoming kind of a joke that I'm saying it every time, but it's true. I say every stream that not all size fits all when it comes to business. And it's totally true. You can watch videos, you can watch live streams, you can read up things all day long to kind of assist you. But if you don't have that direct support and kind of roadmap for your situation, your business, kind of where you're at, then you're just going to be stuck reading and watching and live streams and everything like that. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're getting the knowledge, but this can only take you so far. So 877 600 2487. Give us a call. So here's some key things to remember about personal guarantees. So the decision to provide a personal guarantee depends on you. And just like I was talking about, your specific situation. Always weigh the benefits versus the risk to determine if a personal guarantee is even right for you. And then one of the biggest things to remember, last but not least, right, is with a personal guarantee, if the business fails, you're personally responsible for repaying the outstanding debt obligations. So funding your business on personal finances alone imposes serious risk for you personally. It also prevents access to business financing and can even hinder growth, setting your business back years. Or just like the Ty Crandall story I told you at the start of this, putting your business, closing the business doors altogether. So you remember one thing: you're not alone at all. And long established businesses, these great businesses, household name businesses, get denied funding every day. So even if you've been denied before, you absolutely do have options. And obviously, when in doubt, consult somebody. Speak to a professional. Speak to one of us, our business credit experts here at Credit Suite. Absolutely will help you out. It's totally free to get these conversations started with us. You're going to want to head over to creditsuite.com/consult, or give us a call directly at that number that I've said multiple times, 877 600 2487. 877 600 2487. Watch for that link to be dropped in chat, and a QR code will be on the screen as well right now for you to very easily take your phone out, scan that, fill out a form as well if you'd like to do that. And there you have it. That's personal guarantee in a nutshell in just a few moments. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Tuesday for our next stream on whatever platform you're watching this on. If this is your first time here, don't forget to drop a follow so you don't miss any of these or any of the other content we post daily or weekly. I hope everybody has a great rest of your week, coming into the weekend already, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye, everybody.